Een van my gunsteling vakansiedestinasies in die hele wêreld is Mauritius. En op 1 Oktober vanjaar maak Mauritius weer hulle grense oop vir toeriste, wat natuurlik ingeënt is. En die 21ste November vind die jaarlikse Mauritius Fietstoer plaas. Nou dit is baie soos ons 94.7 en Cape Town Cycle Tour. Dit is die grootste fietsren in Mauritius en letterlik almal met 'n fiets gaan neem deel, net omdat dit so 'n ongelooflike lekker atmosfeer het. En ja, daar is regtig geen beter manier om die eiland te sien en te leer ken as tydens hierdie toer van jou fiets af nie. Vandag gesels ek met Christian Dejardins. Hy is die organiseerder van hierdie fietstoer. Chris is 'n boerling van Mauritius wat klomp byeenkomste organiseer. Hy praat ongelukkig net Frans en Engels, so ons het Engels gekies. En ja, hy gaan ons meer vertel waar die ren gaan en presies hoekom mense moet kom saamry. Ek wil vir Bam en Paul dankie sê dat hulle hierdie reeks geborg het. Hulle is een van die grootste prokureursfirmas in Gauteng en spesialiseer in oordragte. Dankie Bam en Paul. Morning Chris and welcome on Nuuspod.
Hello Teresa, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Tell me how's things in Mauritius.
For the last 2 years hasn't been too good, with this COVID going around. But we are so glad. The airports are opening again on the 1st of October. And we're just going to, for 2 years we haven't worked. So we're looking forward to this airport opening and tourists coming back to Mauritius.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to, everybody's coming in their masses to come and experience the island. Listen, Chris,
Exactly.
What's the regulations? Do you need to be vaccinated?
Yes. Okay. Yes, that would be the first thing. Everybody that comes to Mauritius will need to have a passport, vaccinate with your vaccination on it.
Yeah.
There'll be no quarantine. And once you arrive, you go to the hotel and you're allowed to come out. They will do a PCR test, as they call it, on arrival. And what the hotels have done now, they're not allowed to sell 5% of their rooms. So if anybody gets sick while on holidays, they will go to those rooms that are especially kept for people who might get sick, But all in all, it's very nice. We're all very happy about the new protocol what we're going to do,
So Chris, we met each other years back at one of the cycling races in Mauritius. Exactly. And I know if I tell people that cycling is actually a big thing in Mauritius, they're like, oh, wow, they didn't know. But please tell us about cycling in Mauritius. And also, there's an event coming up, the 21st of November, which I'm really excited about. But tell us, what is it all about?
Yeah, we, as you know, when we first came, it was for the Fietstoer, what we have organized for the past 10 years. And we also got the Mauritius 100-kilometer cycle tour. That's now in our 28th edition. And what it is a 100-kilometer race from the airport, which is in the south. And we used to end at Trobiche, next to Grand Bay, for the past 27 years, I think it is. Yeah. And now, because of, there's a lot of more people coming to Mauritius to stay now, and a lot of South Africans, of course, and the roads towards Grand Bay are very packed. So we decided this year we're going to change the finish to La Bourdonnais, which is 5 km from Grand Bay. And, it's an exciting race. It's the biggest cycle race in Mauritius, road cycle race, because there is mountain bike, which is very, very good too. But this is a race that all the Mauritians and expats like to do, because with so many people, we get about 800 cyclists to this race. For Mauritius, it's a lot. I know compared to August, it's very small, but for Mauritius, it's very big. And out of that, we get between 150 to 250 foreigners that come specially to ride this race. And I remember Andrew McLean, you probably know him, a South African cyclist. He's won it here 10 years ago, somewhere ago. He always told every South African riders, you must do the Mauritius cycle tour at least once in your life, because it's beautiful and it's flat.
Well, I don't know about flat. I've done it before, and everybody says flat, but yeah, I'm not so sure. But what I can say is it is a lovely scenic route and the most wonderful way to experience Mauritius. I remember when I did it the previous time, you can actually, if while you're riding on your bike, you can smell the different aromas from people cooking and experience the Mauritius, just the whole vibe. So yeah, it is really a nice way to see the island.
Oh yes, and you know, we go from the airport, we go the coastal route, which a lot of people don't know this route because there's no hotels around this route. Yeah. And I think there's 2 restaurants. And you always see the Grand Bay, the north and the south part, but not the southeast part. And the roads are like that, and all the houses are actually on the road. So as you say, like you can smell all the cooking and the curries and the chicken on the road. It's actually great. And of course, you get the sea on your right-hand side, right through, like on this coast, which is so beautiful.
So, Chris, what I would recommend to people is to go and make a holiday of it. Book a week in one of the resorts, and then on the Sunday, the 21st of November, is the actual race. But what's the entry fee for the race?
The entry fee is 600 rupees. In South African rands, it's plus minus 200 rand the entry fee. And what's nice about it, for the last 28 years, all of the money that we got, we gave it to the NGOs, which is like the NGOs in Mauritius, like it's they give it, we look after children and they look after the old people and everything else. And so all the money goes to them, which from the start of this race, it's always been like that. That's why the sponsors do come and join the race, and they're quite happy to just sponsor the race so that the money can go towards needy people, I'll say.
Yeah, that's also nice to know, and that you can make a difference while you're having fun, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Chris, is Beachcomber one of the sponsors?
Beachcomber has been one of the sponsors, as you know, for a number of years.
Yeah.
But yes, they will probably be a sponsor. I'm just waiting for Arjan to confirm. But yes, and they will offer accommodation at the start or at the finish, depending, like which way you look at it, because they've got hotels on both sides of the island. And yeah, they've been very good to us for years, as you know. The journalists always go there and always have a good time. They really look after our people, I must say.
And tell me, what's the weather like in November?
November, it's hot. And it's not too windy, but as you know, the race, I think for the 28 years, except for 1 year, the wind is always behind you. So, like, from the airport to Port to Grand Bay, I think the cyclist will take about 2 hours, 15 minutes for the first guy. And like, so there's no cut-off time. So you can take it in 4 hours, do it 5, 6 hours, whichever you want, will be waiting for you at the finish.
Oh, really? Oh, that's always good to know. So basically anybody can come and participate. You don't need to be a professional cyclist.
Oh, no, like, professional cyclists, like, they are the front of a race. They don't enjoy the scenery because they want to win. But like, we cater for those 800 who are behind them. We are because we look after.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely wonderful to know. So thanks, Chris. Thanks a lot. And I really hope that we will be a lot of South Africans coming to support your event.
I hope so, and especially with South Africans. I haven't traveled for 2 years. I haven't traveled to Mauritius for 2 years. I'm just hoping, like, the plane will be full of South Africans. Like, I stayed in South Africa for 32 years. So I'm lucky South Africans. I'm looking forward to see my pals coming over.
Yeah, we can't wait. Thank you so much. And thanks for your time.
Thanks a lot, Teresa.
Thanks, Chris.
Nuuspod, onbevange, onbegrens, onbevooroordeeld.